Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Miriam here at the Paper Wheel Studio, home of the Wheelchair Crafter. I thought I'd bring you along today. I'm needing some pockets for my journals, and one that I'm in particular working on right now. So I thought I'd bring you along, and as promised, I am working with junk mail envelopes today. Pretty much, other than decorations, anything I might put on these for decoration, all I'm using are my junk mail envelopes, and I have a pile here. I'll show you how I cut them down, and washi tape. I have all my washi tapes. I put my washi tape on those old credit cards, or those cards that are kind of plasticated cardboard or whatever you want to call it that come in the mail. I put my washi tape on those, and then it's so much easier when I'm working with it to just pull a card out. So I have all these cards here, rather than all these rolls of washi tape that are going to bounce all over the place and end up all over the floor. So one of my shortcuts works real well for me, and I always put glue stick, or white glue down under my washi tape, because I don't want it to end up peeling up. Washi tape is not necessarily a permanent tape. I think I have the hiccups. Sorry about that, guys. So I will put some glue down with my glue stick, and by wrapping them on here, usually they don't lose their stickiness. I mean, obviously they're not coming up from around my cards, but I do still put a little extra glue down when I add it to paper, or I might put a little trail of my white glue, depending on what I'm making. This is my prototype. It is simply a junk mail envelope that I cut off. I cut it off at 6 inches and covered it with washi tape. I also have a little booklet-like thing. These are washi tape strips. I thought if I wanted to use one of these, I could maybe use my cutter and cut them in half. So I do have that as well. Or if you have any other thing that you would like to use to cover these envelope edges, you also keep in mind you could use stickers. I have a whole roll of stickers. So I might do one simply with these. I believe these are travel stickers, like you would end up how they would stamp your passport from country to country. I don't know, but I found them on Temu. I thought they were really cool. Got me a roll of them, and now I have this entire roll. So I'm going to use up a little bit on my windowed envelopes today. You can cut these any way you want. Everybody has their own way. When I did this one, it's actually, I put a piece of paper on the back, but you don't have to if you're going to be gluing these down as a pocket. And you can make these edges. Obviously, you're going these 3 edges you can leave as is, and then I usually will take this edge and go ahead and trim it up to match. I did it on this one, but the ones I'm doing today, that's what I'm going to do. And this one's already been sealed shut, because I folded over the washi tape when I covered this in. So I'm just simply going to look at the width here. I might even just eyeball it. Let's see where it is on here. Okay, not quite. A little over ½ inch, I think it is. This side actually looks wider than this side, and many times on envelopes you'll have one side that's just slightly a little wider, but that really doesn't matter much to me. So I'm going to put this up here and trim it off at about where I think the other sides approximately are. So we're just going to trim this end off. Quite thick. I got 2 layers of paper and washi tape and the paper I added on the back. So then I have a little gussety piece with some washi tape on it, I believe. I don't think this is all closed up. Either way, you got another little scrap there you can use for something. So then we have this. You can punch a notch up here at the top if you want. And if I have a white background, I don't always cover it. You can cover those, but I don't usually. A lot of my envelopes come, or they have this neat looking pattern in here too, and I think that kind of adds to the character of it. I saw online a video this weekend. I can't remember when she put it out, but Tina Gilbert had, she was making a pocket out of a mail envelope, and she actually sliced her envelope open and turned it around and ended up using this for her pattern with a little washi tape to create it. And I did not come up with this. This is just my version of many videos that I have watched. So I'm going to, hopefully my little punch here will let me punch my notch. I did get me, it's on the way, from eBay. I ordered me, rather than this little tiny scallop one, I ordered me one with a circle, plain circle. So I'll have a little bit of variety to use when I punch my, so we'll try to get that in the middle. Again, I don't like to go very far down, just enough so that somebody knows there's a pocket. And, oops, it didn't cut completely. It's all right, if I can get it off here without tearing it. Let's push that down. There we go. I can just snip that little piece off with my scissors. It just didn't cut all the way through. And then you can ink up along your edges, and you all know how almost everybody that's watched any videos for any length of time knows how to ink, and if you don't ink, it's just not something you're interested in anyway. So I probably won't do a lot of inking today, but we now have a little notch there to indicate that that is a pocket. And once I use my ink, if I have any ink on the dauber here, you'll be able to see where I punched that little notch. Yeah, just inked it up a little bit so you can see it better. And depending on where I use these, I'll come back and do some more inking. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut a few of my envelopes here. I cut this one before and I wrote 6 inches on it. So if you want your pockets to be that tall, 6 inches is a good height for any journal. And these pockets here work really well if you have any time cards like this. I think I picked these up maybe on Amazon. You can use those to make your tags with, and they just fit perfectly right down in these envelopes, and they just stick out a bit at the top. If you don't like them sticking out that far, you can cut down your time card, but these work really well for your larger tags. They make great pockets for that. So that being said, let's get to cutting with my baby cutter here and see what we come out with. Again, I'm just going to eyeball this and take off the extra. This might be the only one that actually has the printed lining on the inside. So let's see. That one, I might end up turning it inside out like Tina did hers, and try that, and we'll just maybe see what it looks like. I don't know. Just brought some here, and I'm just going to kind of see how the bottom of this one's a little bit longer than usual. I'll just make the top to match the bottom part, is what I usually do. Just kind of cut it to match the bottom. Then you have a pretty windowed envelope. These could also, if they're under your journal width, you can put them down like this. Seal this side, open this side up. And these are all envelopes that I just split on one end to get my stuff out, so I kind of conserved my envelope. You can, don't throw away these pieces because they make great pockets as well. Just plain little pockets, so they can be covered with paper and turn it into a cute little pocket. Here's another one that has a print on the outside. It's a little bit wider on this side, so I may trim that side. Let's see here what I do. Let's see what it looks like when I trim this off, and I'll go from there. There. Do that so it comes out straight. And knowing I'm going to trim the other side, I'm going to go ahead and take this down to what I'm likely going to do the other side at. Again, I'm just eyeballing it. There's really no rhyme or reason to how I'm doing it. Do it till you like what it looks like. And I kind of use this sometimes as a guide when I'm doing these. Then I know I'm getting about the same. That one slid a little, but I don't think it didn't get very crooked. And let's see. Here. And by using washi tape, you can use the washi tape to close these up since you're using it on the edge itself. Don't want to take a lot off there, but let's just see about, let's see what that looks like. And again, that's going to be a little skinnier. This one would be a good one to just turn inside out. And then we'll just go ahead and do that with this one. If you're gluing the back down, I mean, you can fix this along here, but if you're gluing it down, it really doesn't matter much because it's going to be glued down on the back. And now on this one, all we need to do is use a thin washi tape to kind of go around it and leave this pattern here. Makes a pretty decoration. You can also come back and put something down on this piece. I probably have something nearby I can grab to put down on here, just to cover up where that envelope flap is. So we'll put him in the stack. Who knows what I'll do when I get to it. Get my punch out of my way here so I have a little bit more room. I have my stuff so close so I can reach it, but then often I run out of room. Now this is quite interesting. It is a very long window pocket. And these make nice side tucks for a journal. It is quite tall. Let's see, it is maybe 25 centimeters, 24 centimeters long. 24, just about right at 24.5 centimeters. So it's 10 inches, maybe 10 or 11 inches, I would say. And again, I'm just going to eyeball this end and just take off the ½ inch or whatever, and then I got to see how tall it actually is, because I don't want to make it so tall that it does not fit into one of my journals. Now, if I don't honestly know if this is accurate, but it's laying here on my desk and it looks pretty accurate. Looks like a little 5-inch ruler-like piece. So let's see what if we would use this measurement. It is about 9.5 in height. I'm still debating on this, so I'm going to put it to the side, because I don't know that I want to do one quite that tall. But I love that huge envelope, or that huge window, so we're going to just lay that one aside. Excuse me, I needed another drink of my coffee. Okay, looks like we have one more here we can cut. And then we have some windowed envelopes and some regular envelopes here. All right, let's cut this end off because it's shorter. It'll be easier to do that way. And then when you cut these ends off, these closed up ends, hold on to them. They can be gussets like I showed you the other day on your pockets and things. There's a nice little gusset ready to go. So don't throw away these little bits that you cut off your envelopes. Now, if it's already one, obviously that's not going to make a very good gusset. But I'll just lay those to the side and keep what I want, toss what I don't. I want to take this piece off here so at least I know it's even on that end. The cutter blade doesn't seem to be as sharp toward the bottom, and I haven't had it that long. I'm not sure why. It's probably my strength, the way I do it too. That might have something to do with it. Alright, so we're going to take this side off of this one. And that might become something, so we're going to lay it to the side as well. And now we have this biggie envelope. And I'm going to take it down this way, so it just has its window. A little bit more, maybe. And you know what the good thing is? If you want to make some of these, you mess something up, guess what? They're junk mail. You were going to throw it in the trash anyway, right? So just turn it into something that you like. So we're done now with the cutter. All we need now are our washi tapes. And let's get all the windowed ones in a pile here. There's that one and that one. Then we can put our envelope pieces in a pile, and maybe we'll come back and decorate one or two of these others if we have a little time. I like decorating things, and I like just to play with the papers. So let's see. Let's try, before we do anything else, let's try, which one do I want to do? Let's do this one. This one, I'm going to put my opening up at the top. If you end up closing your opening when you're covering it, no big deal. You can come back and snip a little bit off there and open it right up. I'm going to do this one with stickers. And just randomly overlap them and put them along my edge. I don't want to put two stickers of the same color side by side, so I'm going to try to avoid that. Looks like I have all different colors here, so try to avoid putting two just alike colors. Like I got two here like that. So when I peel these off, I'm going to put one and then another one in another spot that's not. And I'm going to let my stickers kind of go over my little window. See how I've done that there? And then I just have a little bit to snip off the end. Let's put a triangle on here. We'll put the triangle over here. And we're going to put him on crooked because I don't want to end up covering him all up. So we're just going to put him on crooked there. Now I can come back on this other side and add two with some of these others. I'm really just kind of overlapping them, not really doing anything fancy schmancy. Use a bigger one in the corner. And honestly, it doesn't even matter if these are upside down. But I'm going to try to not put any of them upside down. I do not know how many that this has on here. So we shall see momentarily how many we can get around here. There's another shorty but cute one. Put a little shorty right there. And then see how you're going to end up with just a haphazard look. Let's put this other larger circle right there. Take off this piece so I can see better. Put Mr. Madrid on here. That works. Roma Italiano. Just covering my edges whichever way you have to put your stickers. Just get it, most of your edge covered. And again, try to avoid two like colors being right on top of each other as best you can. My luck, I'm gonna get this thing all covered and get down to the last one, and there's enough different ones on here though that should not happen. Okay, now we're getting into some repeats. So arrived here, this, oh yep, it's a repeat. So let's put him over here. Is anybody following along with Margaret and Tony's challenge? Or are you doing another challenge for April? There's also 100 Days of Junk Journaling challenge that many different creators are posting videos with. And these stickers have, I just thought of this, they have enough stickiness that I'm not too worried about them coming back up later on. I'll just put Mr. Amsterdam up here, Mrs. Amsterdam, I don't know, right on the top there, and maybe, oh, that worked there. And let's see what we can put on the other side. This is the same as that one in that upper corner, so let's put him along here. There we go. Takes care of the top. Put him right there. And get rid of this. And there's Havana. Oh, did you see that little tiny ant? I don't know where it came from, but it's very, very rainy, and that's what happens in my craft room. I get occasionally get ants, so they go away. Not a big deal. Tarot ant traps work quite well. That little booger is a determined ant, isn't he? Get rid of my whole thing in the trash can. I think that'll take care of him. I don't freak out because that happens. This time of year, we have very, very, very sandy soil, and it will. Now, do I have that upside down? Yes, I do. I did. Oh, and there's the other one of those, so we don't want to do that. Let's put him up here. So it'll be away from down there. Havana. Havana, Havana. Here we go. Let's put Havana right here. Just need a few more to finish this off. Where is, okay, Canada's clear up there, so let's put you right here. And then we just need one more in that little spot. Arrived. There's one. One under there. We'll put this one down here then. There we go. And let's see, we got another Netherlands here. It can go right here. Only one more there. I don't want it to be that one. Let's put another triangle over here. So far, so good. This is a little different. I see one there, one there. We can put, took it off here and now I don't see where to put it. Oh well, we're gonna just put him up here. Kind of hard to tell about the other ones anyway. And let's see, we don't want to put Madrid, we've got that. So let's see, Roma Italiano, we're one there, and here. Oh, that's already on there. I guess it's going to be Roma Italiano. That'll be okay. I think that's just what we need to fill that spot. All right, so now we have this done. This will look really, really cool in a travel journal. You could come along and fold all these over, but I'm just going to go ahead and cut them off. And put this aside because I was working on a travel journal from where I went on a trip last September and I've never finished it. So this will be great to just stick in it. That's the only bad thing about using the stickers. You could come along with your craft knife and cut them, and I'm going to cut mine offline because it's going to take me a little bit and I don't want to spend a bunch of time doing that. If you wanted to cover your inside, all you have to do is cut you a piece of matching paper and just slip it right down inside. But I'm not going to do that. It's going in my own personal travel journal, so I'm going to leave it just as is. And I feel like I need another sticker right here. Let's see, maybe a need something here. This one will work. Let's put this little guy right there across the top of it, and we'll put him kind of like that. That looks better, covers that spot up there, and that's big enough that I can just fold that piece over, which I think that's what I'm going to do. Now that I say that, I was going to cut them off. I'm just going to flip them over because it's going to be glued down. So they're just getting flipped over and stuck down. Little tiny pieces or the corners, I'll probably come along and cut those off. All right, so we got that one done. Let me get my stickers put away here. And oh, yep, there's my masking tape to hold it from coming apart. All right. There we go. Done with that. So let's grab another one and some more washi tape and just do us another. Many times these, they really don't need a lot of embellishment. Why not? Let's just put this one around and we're just going to frame it along here with some washi tape and see, oops, see what happens when you work with stickers. They get stuck everywhere, little bits and pieces of them. That's all right. So I use a plastic contact paper covered mat under there so it wipes off real easy. You just don't want to spill your glue on it because I spilled glue on the other side and it ruined my contact paper. All right, what do we want to do next? Let's try. We need something, and I don't have any of my black ones here, so I'm going to change my mind and do it this way. There we go. And I do have a couple pieces of this ruler stuff, so let's see if we could use, oh, that'll fit perfect right there. So let's use a couple strips of these. These are just some washi tape ruler pieces that came in a package. So we'll put them down. Thought I had it there. It's peeled apart. Here we go. These are a little bit thicker than your average washi tape, but they work very well. And they, as far as I know, they stick good. So we're going to put that one along that. And we want to get it as close to the outside edge. We're going to just kind of center it here, because we can always ink the very outside edge. There we go. So we have that down that side. Do we want another one on this side? Or do we want to use that somewhere else? That'd be perfect there. Well. Decisions, you know? Let's try some of this one. Yeah, we'll do it. Hopefully it will match. Ooh, that's a little dark for that. So we need something lighter on here to go with this. What else do I have here? It's probably dark too. I think it's pretty much the same as the other one. I've got more. Alright, I have this advertisement tape here. We'll just use a piece of it. Maybe a couple pieces of it. You don't have to, but if you'd like to on these, you can miter your corners here where your tapes come together. And I'm just simply going to put that all the way down across there. Oop, I got it crooked, so we'll straighten it out. There we go. I'm still not sure that goes with the ruler here, so here's what I'm gonna do. If I can get the ruler back up, I will use it somewhere else, I think. Just gonna go really slow. I think these look better if they have, you can use different washi tapes, but I kind of like the look if it's all the same. Okay, we'll stick him on there for now. There we go. And when I do these, I like to keep the tape going in the right direction if it is directional. Put this guy right across the bottom here, close to the edge as I can. So this is going to be the top of my pocket. And it's a little skinnier on the side, so what I think I'm going to do with this piece and the other side, and I didn't put a glue under it. Did you catch that? Honestly. Probably a good thing since I peeled it back up, huh? Now, I'm going to put this a little close to the edge of my window so that I have enough to fold over and close up my pocket. Doesn't take much to close a pocket. I don't know where I put my little scrapey thing, but that works too. And I'm just going to fold it over the edge to close off my pocket. Then I will trim the washi tape or file the washi tape. I honestly think, even though that's just a little edge there, since I'm gluing my pocket down, I'm pretty sure that will just take care of that. Alrighty. Now, I don't have the bug stickers I was using the other day, but if you wanted to use even the bug stickers to go around a frame like that, or if you have a washi tape flower like pattern sticker, that would work. I'm just using some neutrals here that might coordinate or look good. Okay, getting my repeat of my tape here, so let's put this piece over here. And then we'll put the other piece along the other edge, and it might actually finish up this particular washi tape for me. We'll see. Now, if you wanted to miter these corners, I think I already said that, you could do that. I'm not going to mess with it. I like the matching it up the way it looks, as if it's been matched up. And I'm going to use this piece down the side with a little extra glue to hold the side of my pocket closed. Because the sides are a lot skinnier than the top and the bottom anyway. So I don't need as much tape on the side. Just want to make sure I get that all folded over good so that that would be closed off. When I go to put something in it, let's see. Kind of did not exactly fold right down here, but I'm not sure I can fix it very easily. I'm just going to leave it like that. That'll be fine. Yep, that'll be fine. Okay, so we get that side covered. And you really don't see the lady's face on there as much, so that's good. Then we need one more piece to go down the other side. And then next, I think I will do one that will work in the boys journal that I'm working on. So I want to use some grungy or some neutrals or something like that. Well, that's perfect. It just started tearing there, so that's where we're going to let it tear. And we're going to make a neat tear on this end. I'll put it down first, and then I'll see if I can't tear it easier. Whoopsie. I'm going to trim this piece because that'll take that man's head off, and we won't have the man's head right there side by side. So let's take him off right past his head. Oops. See what I did? I cut it too short. Well, when that happens, we can just come along and put a decoration there. Or put another little piece of washi tape right here. whatever you want to do would work. Again, I don't want his head right there by the other one, so let's do, what if we would put a piece of this across here and kind of use it as a decoration in the process. And go over just a little bit more than we need to. Put down some glue there so it will stick. Yep. And I'm just going to put this piece on here. Hold it down a minute, and then I'm going to just turn it around and trim it off the back. Go ahead and glue some of it down on the back here so it'll hold and stay for us. So there's a part of it that's not super sticky. So I'm just going to pull that bit over and stick it down good and cut that off. Use this other piece on one of the other ones maybe. All right. So there we go. That's number 2. 2 down, 2 to go. And it's already been 40 minutes, so we're going to do one more. And we're going to call it quits after that. Never can quite get done what I think I can quite get done on my videos, you know? Amazes me. Is that all one? No, that's 2 different pieces there, isn't it? Okie doke. Where is this neat? Yeah, here we go. I really, really like this because it looks super duper grungy. A year ago, I probably would, if you just said grunge, I'd have probably said ew. Not today. Not now. I use a lot of different things to give it, I like to give it that grunge look. I enjoy really watching Tony's videos because she does a very good job of distressing and making both Tony and Margaret do very good jobs at that's a little crooked there. Let me see if I can straighten it up a bit. Anyway, they do very good jobs about distressing things. And since I pulled it back, let's go ahead and put down some glue. Glue, glue, glue. Blue, blue. Purple, blue. They do have blue glues. I think is it Yoo-Hoo that does the purple or blue glue? I think I have seen Gail Gostadelli use a blue glue. Ooh, I like how that has that turquoise jumping out of that piece. Excellent. Can we do that again over here? No good stories to tell today. Didn't do much. It was a rainy weekend and icky and just blah. So I did a little bit of collaging yesterday. I know it's on the end here because it just tore off. Where'd it go? Wants to hide from me and not play. Oh, here it is. Doesn't want to come out and play today, I guess. I often talk to my craft supplies. So, let's see. I think we'll get this one done. And it will be our last one that I'm going to do on video. All right. And this one is all sealed up in all the right places. So we don't have to worry about folding it. Oh, horrible, Miriam. Look what you did. Let me cut this off the roll and See if I can get it over where it needs to go. The other side fit well. Let's see if we can get this over. You know what? That's all the further it's going to go, folks. That is right on the edge there. So I am going to leave that, and I'm just going to ink that edge right there with my ink, and it will disguise it very well. Okay, so let's see where, there's my opening. So we'll fold this piece over, and we'll fold this piece over, and I'm going to go ahead and fold these upper two pieces. Give the pocket maybe a little more stability. So we put that one there. Alrighty. And that one there. Okay. A couple more strips. We'll lay it this way so I don't forget that that is the opening and end up closing it. Wouldn't matter if I did. Like I said, I can slice it back open. Alright. I love that blue. You really can't see the splashes of blue on this until you pull it off of the roll. Just beautiful tape. Alright, so we'll put that one there. And yeah, that's half on the window, but I didn't like how it was going to have like rounded corners there. So I'm squaring off my corners since I'm using washi tape. So put a second piece here, and I think we'll need two across the top. And that we'll finish it off. We'll have 3 envelopes that we made today. 3 window pocket envelopes that can be decorated whenever they're ready to go into the journal. Okay. Again, you see a little white, but not after I ink. You won't be able to see that. Just going to kind of put those together. It's such a haphazard pattern on here that I'm not going to worry about trying to match it up or anything. Just folding my tape over. And putting it down. I only barely overlap the edges, but this piece looks a lot lighter than this piece for some reason. Might just be the way the tape repeats itself and the way it's made. I don't know. I do not know. Go ahead and tear this so it can go all the way across. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and tear me off another piece if I can avoid getting it all tangled up. There we go. We'll put that piece there to use. And I'll go ahead and tear my other piece off here. All right. Try to keep my videos at 30 minutes, but sometimes it's hard to come on here and do something that quick. It takes me a little bit longer to do things. What I do in 45 minutes, you could probably accomplish easily yourself in 20 to 30. So it usually takes me about twice as long to get everything working in the right direction and glued down and stuck together and all those kinds of things. So please don't go by my method of how long it takes, or by my measurement of the time that it takes, because it certainly is not going to be very accurate. And this is white, so again, I can cover that white when I go to put it into a journal if I choose to. Okay, there we go. Trying to bring it up to the edge, but I wanted to make sure there's no sticky along the edge here, which there is not. So we'll fold that over. Oops, that one didn't quite make it there. Let's give it a little extra glue here since didn't quite fold it right. Give it a little extra glue on the ends here. That'll give it a little bit grip onto there. You could also use your paper strips with these. Any extra paper strips that you might have, you could easily use them and glue them down along your sides and the top and the bottom if you choose. Alrighty. So, I managed. That is really a lot. I don't like how much that is, but it's right on the edge. Alright. I'm going to have to put another piece of tape in there, folks. Because I really just don't like that. I don't know how well that'll ink up. It's quite a bit. I'm not going to worry about the little bit at the top, but that is quite a bit there. So let's just put a piece along the edge and fold it over to cover up this white piece there. I'm not quite convinced that it will ink up right, even after I said that. Alright, so there we go. That will be fine. Just gonna snip, snip, and just fold it over the edge there, and then we got that white edge better covered. I think it was a little bit wider than the other side. So we have this, another pocket for one of our larger tags. So managed to make how many pockets today? We covered that one, and we covered this one, and we covered this one. So that's what we managed to do here. If you have any questions, please comment below. And you all have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Be sure you like and subscribe if you've not already done so. And you all come back. See you next time, everyone. Bye for now.